This is your sign to go all in. Okay, now I'm calling the title of this video that because it seems to be really catchy, and everybody on my homepage, it says, all these recommended videos says, this is your sign to go all in. I never clicked on one of those videos. I imagine they say something like, if you're watching this video, you're here for a reason. And it's your sign to go all in. So I don't know if it is your sign to go all in. What I will say is it is your sign to get focused on the things that you want, and maybe more importantly, not focused on things you don't want. See, Tony Robbins once, he says this sometimes, he says, if you're driving, like I'm driving right now, if you're driving, you're looking at the divider, you're going to hit it. Versus, and you're looking straight ahead on the road ahead of you, you're going to stay on the straight and narrow. And so, is it your sign to go all in? I can't be the judge of that. But I will say, this is a wake-up call for you and for myself to get focused. All right? And stop letting little trivial things distract you from your purpose. Now, that purpose with the capital P is a big word and often overwhelming. I know it has been for me. It's become such a thing where people are like, I need to find my purpose. What is my purpose? We are a society of, I remember this quote from Fight Club. We're a generation of gas pumpers, and our Great Depression is our lives, yada, yada. It often feels like that sometimes because we don't have a great war. A great war is existing, and how do we find meaning, especially as men in today's society? How do we create that for ourselves? Well, it takes the form of serving others. But before you can serve others, you have to serve yourself and put yourself in the best position possible. So for me right now, as I've spoken about ad nauseum, putting myself in the best place financially where then I can be cool, be comfortable, and then sit at the next stage. And I was reading this thing, I mentioned it yesterday, probably in my last video, that Elon Musk didn't start with SpaceX. Like, his mission is to colonize Mars, right? But he didn't start with that. He had PayPal, he has Tesla, he has all these different things that came before that to give him the resources necessary to build his ultimate goal. So I have an ultimate goal. Maybe you do. And if you don't, just close your eyes and use your imagination on, like, what is your ultimate reality? It's okay to have your purpose be selfish. And that word is so overused lately. If you want a fucking great home with a great family life and in a great location and be able to surf all day, by all means. You being a happier person will, in effect, help other people. Because they don't have to deal with somebody depressed and lonely and lazy. That's just annoying to deal with. And so, this is your sign to get back on track. I know for me, I've gotten terribly distracted, and I have to give myself credit. I've gotten a lot better at this the last few weeks. We're at 99 job applications in the last 24 days, 25 days. So I'm going to hit 100 today. And I've learned a lot about myself, the things I want, and for me, working hard is part of the process. But I would say, more specifically, doing hard things is part of my process that makes me feel motivated, inspired to go on. And I want to add, and this is a little bit of a digression perhaps, but relationships. I've always been distracted by the feminine, right? And by women. Quite frankly, women, video games, porn, cheap dopamine. And when we don't have that sense of purpose, we distract ourselves with pleasure. So this past week, I haven't done a whole lot in regards to my fitness offer, and instead I've been consuming. I kind of fell off the bandwagon a little bit. Started watching some Amazon Prime show, started eating junk a little bit here and there, nothing crazy, but enough. I'm currently on a sugar high. I had a Dr. Pepper. Don't really drink too much soda, but today I did. Wow. And so it's thinking about, like, okay, this fitness thing I'm creating, this offer I'm creating, yes, it will make me money, but it will also make me a better person, because I'll be forced to push myself, challenge myself, and to go all in on that pursuit. Now, I'm also aware that I'm a multifaceted person, that I have different interests, and that creating content such as this video is part of that routine. And so you need to realize that social media, we are born in like the greatest era of all time right now. And yes, it has its flaws, which I will talk about in other videos. But you can get rich so easy. You don't need school. You don't need to have a crazy degree or a 20 years experience. All you have to do is synthesize information that you're consuming already and share it with other people who like the same stuff. And by you just doing that consistently over time, you will see results. So go all in on your curiosity, on sharing your curiosity. Go all in on being the best version of yourself you can be. Go all in on consuming consciously and being aware of what your distractions are. You know, I saw this, one of my favorite channels, Psych Hacks, had this video about red flags, right, in relationships with women. And in the comments, someone said, you know, I've never had a red flag. I've never been with like a toxic woman because I've always had an abundance of options, to the point where when I saw toxic signs, I knew that it was just a short-term catch and release situation, and I didn't invest much energy into it. So this is your sign to audit where your energy is going, because I've fucked up many times in these past 28 years with that. I'm still fucking up, but I'm getting better. And so don't judge yourself for learning late, for being a late bloomer, or any of that stuff. Instead, cultivate in a mindset of abundance. When it comes to content, be creating every single day. Be putting stuff out every single day. Don't get attached to an idea of perfection or any expectation, because you're going to find yourself becoming miserable and disempowered as a result of always wanting it to achieve some sort of standard. And on a side note, this is more of a gripe. People always complain about XYZ, and what I mean specifically is horoscope signs. Okay, I'm all over the place in this video. This is your sign to go all in. People always complain about like, oh, like I'm a Cancer, my horoscope. I don't read my horoscope, but everybody always shits on Cancers, and I'm like, what the? Why? Right? Like, and so there's a lesson here, because just remove all that shit from your peripheral, from your vision. Remove all those labels that we get attached to, that identify with. Because I was born in a certain time of year at a certain time, I'm destined to act a certain way that I've never related to that. And like, yeah, I've always felt like I suck as a result. That's stupid. Don't fall for labels. So go all in on your uniqueness. I have a very eclectic tastes. Lord of the Rings, video games. I was just watching 10 minutes of Halo 3 gameplay from 2007. I have a very eclectic taste and palette. And to be able to share that, I'm going to attract people who also like that stuff. And so by being your authentic self, you have the opportunity to attract people who are authentic to you. You shouldn't have to change who you are at a core level to attract other people. You might have to change some habits. You might have to clean up your routine, your act, your how you present yourself. That's marketing. But go all in on all that stuff, okay? And I made this video partly out of jest, because I keep seeing those freaking thumbnails. This is your sign to go all in. You're here, you're watching this video for a reason. I don't know. If you are, I appreciate you. Thank you. But also, don't take it so seriously. Sometimes it's good to just fuck around, watch Halo 3 clips, sit around. Like, it's just ebbs and flows, letting go, and all that fun stuff. Yeah, that's what I got. I love ranting, as you can tell. And I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.